again. Today I have a video. I want to talk to you about mechanics, car breakdowns, because that is what happened to us. It's about 2 weeks ago now. I sent my husband to do some shopping. Sunday afternoon, I sent my husband to do some shopping. On the way back, he was almost at home and the car just went "Goo-goo-goo" and conked out. We're like, oh man. Well, I wasn't, because I wasn't there. I was at home comfortably. He was dealing with it. He was like, oh man, the car's broken down. I'm gonna have to call the mechanic. Da, 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 da. It's a pain. It's a pain in the ass basically when your car breaks down, because if you don't know a good mechanic, basically what you have to do is you have to park your car where it is, leave it where it is. You have to get down on your 2 feet and you have to go and look for a mechanic. I can't remember if I've talked about this before. I might have. I'm not sure, but just humour me if I have. But anyway, so you have to get down and you have to look for a mechanic. So you go walking around. But thankfully, my husband actually knew a mechanic. You need to have a mechanic that you trust. Because if you just pick up on any mechanic, there are some people out there who are completely wicked. I'm not saying everybody, but some. They will say, oh boss, I'll fix your car for you. And what they do is, as they're fixing your car, they'll damage something else in the hopes that you will come back. I'm not really sure how that theory works, but that's the theory that they run by. Or they will swap one of your new parts for one of their old parts, or something like that. Just some people are just wicked. So you basically, what the thing is in Ghana is that you want to do all you can to mitigate your not risk. What am I trying? I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say. You don't want stress for yourself, so you try and find the easiest option that will give you the least amount of stress. So what you do is you find a mechanic that you know. If you find a good mechanic, hold on to them. That's the key here. Okay, so we had a mechanic, but he's all the way in Oyibi. We're in East Legon and he's all the way in Oyibi. So we had to call this mechanic to come down. He looked at it and he was like, no, this is an internal problem. I had to take it to my workshop. So we had to have the car towed, which was about 350 cedis, which was quite annoying, but it wasn't the end of the world. And we were kind of hopeful that he would get it fixed and stuff. He looked at it the next day, on the Monday when he went to work, and was like, your gearbox is gone. Gearbox. Now that's the last thing you want to hear when you have a car, is that you've got a gearbox that has kaput, because if you've got a car, you will know gearboxes are extremely expensive. And the thing about Ghana is everything here is what they call home use, which basically means second hand. If you want to buy something new, you have to go to the dealership and it's going to cost you a bomb. Believe me, you might as well just buy a new car. It's just really, really, really expensive. So we were told that we needed this, we needed some parts or something. He said he could probably repair it, but we needed to go and get some parts. So they have to go to a place called, now don't laugh at me, I can't say this properly all the time. It's called Abuswakain. I've said it really quietly because I'm saying it wrong, and those of you that are Ghanaian are going to laugh at me. I can't say it properly and I can't remember how it sounds in my ear, so I'm saying it really rubbish. But anyway, you go to this place where they sell loads of car parts. Apparently it's like going to the market. It's like a market, but not food, but it's car parts. So the mechanic went down there and he said, okay, there are these 2 pieces that we needed. One was like 1,005, the other was 700 or something, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna have to do this, but it was a whole palaver basically, and he got it, he fixed it within about a week. He managed to fix it, and he said he would test it out. He drove the car, came back the next day, and then the casing where he'd put the oil for the gearbox had shattered or something like that. So we're back to square one. The car was back again, damaged. It was so annoying. And he said, okay, so we need another part. He said he can see if he can get a new casing or he can get someone to weld it. So annoying. But anyway, he couldn't get the new casing, so we had to have the part welded in the end. This was the cheapest option for us to get the car, because if we wanted to buy a whole new gearbox, which was not new, it was second-hand home use, it was like 7,000 cedis, which was just going to hit us too hard. We didn't have the money, so we had to try and get the guy to fix this car for us. So basically, he managed to do what he could. He's fixed it up as best as he could. He managed to weld the thing. And basically, we've got our car back. I'm talking too much. We've got our car back. But the experience was just so traumatizing for us, because every day we're like, how much is this thing going to cost us? I think in the end, it worked out to be about 6,000 cedis or something like that. So my point of this video is not just to talk about myself, but actually to teach you something. So what I wanted to let you know is, in Ghana, if you have a car, make sure that the parts are easily accessible here. You know, you have a good mechanic as well, because you need a good mechanic. And let me just tell you something about Ghana. Not all mechanics know everything. They will know specialities in some parts but not others. So you can't just pick a mechanic and say, oh, this is my mechanic for everything, because there may be some things that they can do and other things that they can't. So it's almost like you have to know several mechanics. How you get to know those mechanics is either through word of mouth or having had experience and letting someone try something on your car and see how it goes. There is no easy way. So if you're a mechanic, please come to Ghana so that you can look after my car for me. Anyway, yes, so that's what you need to do. You need to have money readily available in case anything like that happens, because if you're in a situation where your car's broken down and you need to have it towed or you need to have something repaired, it could be expensive, and therefore you need to know that you can pull on that reserve of money very quickly so that you don't end up with a problem and have your car sitting somewhere for months on end while you try and raise the money. It's not a situation you want to be in. It's not nice. I'm sorry, my son is shouting. I don't know, he's going through some phase at the moment where when he's communicating, he likes to shout. I'm not sure where he got that from. It's not me. Anyway, yeah. So, yes. So make sure you have a good mechanic. So if you're thinking about importing cars, make sure it's a car that you know that you can readily get the parts here. If you're from Europe and you drive on the right-hand side, we drive on the left-hand side, don't we, in Europe? I don't know my left and my right very well. We drive on the left. Yeah, we drive on the left. No, we drive on the. I'm so confused. But anyway, we drive on a different side to everybody else. And the side that we drive on here, if you bring a car like that here, you're going to have major problems. So don't even think about trying to turn your steering wheel to the other side, because it's not going to work. You're going to have major problems. Don't even risk it. We thought about doing that when we came to Ghana, and I'm so glad that we didn't. We in fact crashed that car just before we came to Ghana, so that blew off all those plans. I think maybe it was a God moment for us. So make sure you've got a really good car that you know if you're importing here, you can get the parts easily. You know, or if you want to, you can bring spare parts that you need. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this video because my son is crying way too much. Come. So put it down, come. Sorry. Oh no, what's the matter? Oh, somebody's not happy. Okay. Alright, he'll be quiet now. See? Look. Oh, say hi. Say hi. Oh, he's crying. Anyway, never mind. Yes, so make sure you know exactly what your plans are with your car if you're coming here. Get a good mechanic. Make sure you maintain your car. There's car maintenance here. It's more than what you will ever do abroad. You have got to maintain your car. I'm not just talking about servicing it every now and again. You have to maintain your car. And the thing about, it's so difficult because mechanics here, they work very different to abroad. So you almost have to tell them what is wrong with your car before they'll look at it. So if you take your car for a service and your car has got a problem with, I don't know, the shaft or whatever, they won't tell you. So you won't know. They will only maybe change your oil and do the basic things, but they won't tell you that about anything else that's wrong with your car. I'm not sure why. Well, they won't tell you that, oh, this is going to go if you don't look at this. It's very, very rare to come across a mechanic will do that. So you have to learn a little bit about cars yourself. You have to know how to point them in the right direction. So you say, okay, can you check this for me? Is it okay? Can you check this? Can you check this? Can you check this? You have got to take your car in every few months to make sure you get it looked at. Otherwise, you're going to find yourselves in big problem. In the UK, I hardly ever did anything to my car, and I hardly ever broke down. But because of the climate that we're in, cars here break down all the time. It's not unusual. It's like, I mean, for me, the first few times we broke down in Ghana, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. But after a while, you're like, oh, it happens to everybody. And when you break down, you're like, oh man, this is so annoying. It kind of gets to that kind of stage, so you deal with it. So just know that if you're coming to Ghana and you're thinking about a car, it is an investment, it is a liability, but that's what it is. I mean, I personally, more power to you if you're a trotro person. That's brilliant. I can't do trotro all the time. Once in a while, as an adventure maybe, but I can't, for my day-to-day living I can't, so I need to have a car. And that's it. Sorry, my son's here and he's completely thrown off everything that was in my head, so I'm just gonna go basically. Okay, because I've lost my trail of thought and I'm just jabbering on about nothing, really. But anyway, okay, I think that's it. Are we done? Okay? Okay guys, preach up. Say bye. Bye. He said no, he's not saying nothing. Okay, bye.